Hello and welcome, my Gemini collective sun, moon, rising signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this full moon to new moon next May 2020. I am your reader, Markangelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, and very happy to be serving you today. Hope you are well going through what we're going through. If you are new to my channel, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell because I'm putting out content pretty much every single day, both live streams and recorded readings. And feel free to comment in the comment section below as we now get down to business with your What Do I Need read for this full moon in Scorpio, happening on the 7th of May to the new moon in Gemini on the 22nd of May. This is a general read. Please take what resonates, leave what does not, and check your other signs. I'm keeping these relatively short because upload times are taking a really long time. So rather than do a full-blown spread, I'm just doing a 6-card draw, right? So 1 card from 6 different decks just to get you some clues, some tips, some hints about what you need this waning moon cycle for May 2020 from the full moon in Taurus to the new moon in Gemini. Oh, and I thought I had that turned down. I guess I don't. So sorry. So sorry. So sorry. Boop. People love messaging me when I work. I don't know how they know. Do you know, Gemini? It's that intuitive thing. You know, I am a Virgo. We're ruled by Mercury, so that ongoing communication all the time. Oh, not just in the physical, but in the non-physical. It's a lot. Thank God for meditation. Anyway, shall we get down to business? I'm going to focus on my breath to get you the clarity, the guidance, and the grace that comes from being in the present moment. If you do the same, you'll be able to feel what resonates and leave at what doesn't. Cool. Let's do this. We're going to start with the Caroline Myss archetype deck. Just 1 card. All the decks that I read are in the description box at the bottom. I will call them out individually as we go. Give credit where credit is due, right? Let's do this. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, 1 card in clarity for this Gemini collective sun, moon, rising sign for this full moon in Taurus to their new moon, which is in Gemini this month for May 2020. Please, my collective pantheons, 1 card in clarity, and there we have it. Now, this is an archetype card. It has written on it the light and shadow attributes of a soul power, of a piece of your soul contract that you can alchemize from lead to gold, from shadow to light, this full moon to new moon next. And you're not going to like the word of it, but you'll probably like the light attribute of it, the card of the martyr archetype. Womp womp. Now, I know, martyrs, they're no fun to be around usually, but that's in the shadow side. In the light side, they are incredibly high vibrational, divine family archetypes. So let's have a look at that. The shadow attribute, I think people are aware of, right? Addiction to self-pity. They use pity. They use their suffering in order to manipulate people, to make them feel bad. Martyrdom is definitely part of an energy-draining technique that people use, but usually unconsciously. And let's be clear, a very small handful of people actually use martyrdom in a way to control people. It's just maybe what was done to them, right? They just passed that wound on. But whether that's something you are dealing with in yourself, because let's face it, we're going through a challenging time on planet Earth. It's very easy to get addicted to self-pity, considering that every emotion has a biochemical component. The chemistry of emotions is an interesting thing to explore. But if you think about it, that's why people take medications to feel better. But it's also what are our own repetitive patterns that have our cell tissues craving the same emotional and therefore chemical content over and over and over again. Something to think about. The light attribute of the martyr, though, is truly transcendent, learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. So this can be about service to your community, service to your family, service to humanity, service to yourself, service to the divine, but that transcendent nature. So really get that you have a choice, but that choice is not so easily made at the snap of a finger, right? And chances are, if you are watching doing readings like this for spiritual growth and development, you probably already have a handle on that. But just the word martyr, we always think of it directly through the shadow, not understanding that there is a very, very high thing there. I mean, Jesus was a martyr. Gandhi was a martyr. There are so many of them throughout history that we don't think of that word connected to them, but sometimes they very much suffer for a cause, take on the suffering of others in order to uplift people. And in this time, you know, something to think about, that not that you have to bypass your emotions and stuff them down to be in service to yourself or a cause, but sometimes, particularly as an empath myself, I know that I'm picking up on a lot of people's suffering. It's horrible emotionally, but at least I know if I'm processing some of the pain, I might be lifting the burden for some people. And I don't go on and on about it so much when it's going on. That's when I turn off the cell phone. Right? That's when I don't go online, right? So let's ask the angels. The Healing with the Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue. What can help there? Shift from the lead to the gold, the shadow to the light. Let's ask the angels. What angel you're healing with? Breathe. My angels, please, one card in clarity for the Gemini collective sun, moon, rising signs for this full moon in Scorpio to the new moon in Gemini, their new moon. Please, what is the Healing with the Angel Oracle card? In other words, what is the angel that they are healing with this new moon to full moon next, particularly if they are dealing with that martyr archetype, and probably not just within themselves, but within others around them. How did I know? Others around them. We've got the card of the soulmate. Now, keep in mind there's a difference between soulmates and twin flames and all of that. What they have in common is they are both soul contracts, and Lord knows I talk enough about them when I do the Path of True Love readings, the soulmate readings, and the twin flame readings. So since there is no twin flame card in this deck, I'm going to call this as it is. It's a soul contract, whether it's a satisfying soulmate where you help each other heal, or a tumultuous, treacherous, triggery twin flame contract where you're teaching each other how to heal yourselves. There's a big difference there. They may sound similar, but there's a huge difference there. We're looking at a soul contract in place, and are you martyring here? Or are you in a soul contract with a martyr? And can you, if it is you, if you are addicted to self-pity, is this something where you can transcend this, be in service to the relationship, to yourself, to something larger? You know, I always see my relationships, particularly the romantic ones, in a context larger than the relationship itself, right? That as I'm healing and growing, like I heal my end of stuff to the best that I can, and understand that that's clearing the psychic debris from the energy field, not just of my own energy field and body, but for all of life, little by little by little by little, right? So can you get that this is, whether it is a soulmate or a twin flame, that there's this martyr aspect of it going on here? And I will say this, I've heard from my guides as well as from other intuitives that a lot of people who are having to sequester in their domains with relationships that have passed their expiration date, there's going to be a lot of people leaving a lot of people, and there's going to be a lot of people really embracing a lot of people too, that because they've, so this situation is like, that we are in is it's like a crucible. It's transforming us individually and collectively, where some of us are going to be completing our contracts with people and moving away, and others we are going to be forging even deeper bonds. And so really, what's healthy is the question. But if there's an addiction to self-pity there that refuses to let go, then there's usually a toxic pattern of abuse, codependency, and neglect going on there as well. Just saying. Something to look at. Something to look at, and this is waning moon, right? This is the time to let things go. So let's go a little bit deeper with a lovely oracle deck, a bit of a direct deck called the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses Oracle. Let's see what angel, god, or goddess is working with you. Mind you, they don't name them by name, like Archangel Michael or Zeus or Hera. They do it by title, so the angel of this, the god of this, the goddess of that. Let's see who's walking with you. Nice, deep breath. My deities, my angels, my gods, my goddesses, please, one card in clarity, an angel, a god, or a goddess for the Gemini collective. Sun, moon, rising signs for this new moon in Scorpio, the full moon next. Sorry, this full moon in Scorpio to new moon next in Gemini, their new moon for the year, please. A piece of guidance, a piece of clarity, a piece of grace for the Gemini collectives this full moon to new moon next, May 2020. Angel of space clearing. It is time to clear old negative thoughts and feelings. Womp, 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 right? The angel of space clearing. It's time to clear old negative thoughts and feelings. Now, when you think space clearing, don't you immediately go for, like, you know, cleaning out the spare room, cleaning out the closet? This is more about clearing your energy field. So again, if there's an addiction to self-pity and using that self-pity to either manipulate or, you know, manipulating yourself, manipulating others, or if you're the one being manipulated here, then it might be time to kind of clear out some thoughts and feelings here, and to take that even further, like I said, maybe be clearing out some relationships that no longer serve. I mean, it's one thing to be in a relationship with somebody who is transcendent in that sense. It's like a purpose, right? Like all of the first responders and the nurses and stuff like that, they are going through hell. I get it. To be in partnership with that, though, that is a major supporting role that is helping the world, right? So can you transcend through that? Or is it just abusive, neglective, and codependent, or any combo, right? Any of the one, any combo, or all three, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to ask the Love Pack, the Ascended Masters, the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, which is a very powerful deck, though very simple. 4 suits in here. The suit of the problem, which is half of the deck, which is good because it's waning moon, right? Full to new moon. You're going to look at what it is that you need to kind of wane, release if it's the problem, as well as what to focus on with the other 3 suits of healing, grace, or luck. Cool? Nice deep breath. Here we go. My Ascended Masters, please, one card in clarity for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, rising signs for this full moon in Scorpio to new moon next in Gemini, please. My Ascended Masters, what do they need? What do they need to look at? Because we've got the Martyr here in the light and in the shadow, the Soulmate, and the Angel of Space Clearing. This feels like it is definitely a waning moon kind of read. So please, a piece of your guidance and grace. Almost had that one. A piece of your guidance and grace for the Gemini collective. Sun, Moon, rising, Venus signs. Beauty. The Angel of Grace. That there is a beauty to what is going on here. Right? Now, there is the martyry, sarcastic side of that. Beautiful. That's not what I'm feeling. I'm feeling that there is something perfect going on here. There is something beautiful. Maybe it's in the relationship itself. Maybe it's about you really addressing your own beauty and the beauty of your soul. Perhaps this is a beautiful situation, but there needs to be some space clearing. There needs to be some negative thoughts and feelings addressed and looked at. Now, I'll be honest with you. As much as I do enjoy a good purification spell, right? Burn some sage, sprinkle some blessed salt, some holy water, and all of that. When it comes to thoughts and feelings, sometimes we just have to express them in a healthy way, right? You got to feel it to heal it. Sometimes you have to get it out on the written page or speak your unspeakables in order to let them go. But also know that it is the pattern of the shadow martyr to use those very thoughts and feelings as part of their ongoing addiction to self-pity. So keeping that in mind with the card of beauty, it might be that this is a beautiful situation for you to really embrace the beauty of who you are and the beauty of your life, and for you to champion yourself, the transcendent nature of service to oneself, to your own beauty. And I don't feel that's just the physical aspect, if you know what I'm saying. Since we just asked the Ascended Masters, let's ask them again, but this time with a healing mantra card from the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. One side of the card is the mantra itself, the other the name of the mantra. Nothing else really written on the card, but I will use the name of it to look it up alphabetically in the book and see if there's any extra stuff in there that might be helpful. Because, you know, this is a lovely opportunity here. Some people would not agree. They would say you've got the martyr and angel of space clearing, but understand the erosion, the waning side of it is just absolutely necessary for the new to come in, right? And we are going through such a tricky time right now to be able to let go of thought patterns, emotions, and behaviors that don't serve. It's a good opportunity, a beautiful opportunity. Let's ask the Ascended Masters. My Ascended Masters, please. One card. In clarity, the perfect healing mantra for the Gemini collective sun, moon, rising signs for this full moon in Scorpio to new moon next, their new moon in Gemini, please. What is the perfect healing mantra here? To help them through this, to help them really deal with this martyr archetype, alchemizing it to light with a soulmate contract and this angel of space clearing with beauty. Please, my angels, one card in clarity for them this full moon to new moon next. Hey, little chain reaction going on there. Who you got? Healing, heartbreak. Interesting. My heart will love again. Healing, heartbreak. Let's see if I can get that light. Yeah! Healing, heartbreak. My heart will love again. This does feel like a martyring situation. I feel like you might not be the martyr here, but that perhaps you are martyring as a result of a soul contract that needs to be cleared out because there's a great deal of negative thoughts and feelings. That, look, our negative thoughts and our feelings at one point were positive thoughts and feelings because they got us from a lower vibration to a higher vibration, if you want to look at it that way. But though there may be beauty involved here, that the beauty of your heart is worth the journey that you are taking. This is very waning moon, which is why I do these readings, you know, not to just be like also, you know, hearts and flowers 24/7, that it is the shadow, it is the darkness. You're a Gemini, you get it. It's like Romulus and Remus, the good twin and the not so great twin. But there is absolutely healing involved here for you. Healing heartbreak. My heart will love again. When heartbreak is healed, you are able to learn and grow from each relationship, no matter who you believe is to blame. As heartbreak is seen as life's way of breaking your heart open to expand the love you are able to give and receive, it becomes easier to pick up the pieces of your innocence and invite greater intimacy into your life. This card is ideal for dealing with resentment, releasing the past, and healing grief. And it is one that I've used. I mean, who hasn't gone through heartbreak? I really love this deck. Personally, I use it a lot, pretty much every day. And I've gotten this card a bunch of times, and it's never been just about one person. You can have healing heartbreak about all sorts of things, all sorts of people. That disappointment, like if you really had your heart set on doing something these months, right? And your heart is just broken because you couldn't do it because the world right now as it is. Really good example that way. To get that my heart will love again. And it's a good mantra. Like chant it, you know. You don't have to sing it at the top of your lungs off the roof, but, you know, play with it. Know that it's a truth. That the more familiar that thought comes, it's not going to speed you through your healing, but it will allow your healing to unfold a bit more gracefully. Sometimes there's nothing left to do but cry, but it's that healing and that feeling that will clear the negative feelings and thoughts out of your energy field. It's not just poof, they're gone. It is through expression. You got to feel it to heal it. Let's get your last card down. And this should be helpful, I would think. The Whispers of Love Oracle, right? I use these as the voices of the higher self, your higher dimensional self, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th higher selves, all kind of working together to whisper in your ear through these cards what it is that you need for this full moon to new moon next. Nice deep breath. Oh, I can feel the love there. Oh, hi. The higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity for the Gemini collective sun, moon, rising sign for this full moon in Scorpio to this new moon in Gemini, May 2020. Please, what is the whisper of love that you have for them, considering there is a martyr going on here, a martyr archetype at work in a soul contract with the angel of space clearing, trying to clear their energetic space of negative thoughts and feelings. Yet there is something beautiful about this. Maybe it's just the end of a contract, and there is a heartbreak here that needs to be healed with the mantra, my heart will love again. What say you, higher selves? Have patience. Love is patient and kind. Always have patience. And I think that means have patience with yourself. Have patience with the process. You know, I heard somebody say, well, actually I've heard it a lot. People say, well, it takes half the time of the relationship in order for the heart to heal. Says who? Says who? I mean, what is that? Someone take a pendulum and figure that one out? No, I think it's a highly individualized curriculum for all of us, and particularly if you haven't healed past heartbreaks, you can be healing all the heartbreaks you haven't dealt with in whatever the recent one is, as a way to purge your energy field and make room for new love to come in. That's why I feel like my heart will love again is such a powerful mantra, and one that you may resist and may make you cry, but it is in the sadness and the crying that the pain dissolves, the ego unravels, and we make room for new love to come in, particularly love for ourselves. So putting it together, we've got the martyr archetype in some kind of soul contract, twin flame or soulmate, the angel of space clearing, and I really feel like that's clearing your energetic space, because it does say thoughts and emotions, negative thoughts and emotions, which you might be clearing a martyr out of your life, or at least no longer playing that role. Perhaps you're walking out, moving on, speaking your truth, clearing the air, as it were. And there is something beautiful about that, that perhaps your beauty has been shrouded as a result of a relationship existing past its expiration date. And we're just going to skip around here. And for you to have patience, right? Love is patient and kind always, that there is someone more suited for you, that relationships are lessons that God would have us learn, right? They're the means through which we learn, heal, grow, and evolve. They are not the end of anything, right? The Course in Miracles says the ego's version of relationship is it is an end, right? It's the end of loneliness, it's the end of suffering. And is it? Is it? I mean, really? Where it says the Holy Spirit, the higher self's purpose for relationship is a means to your healing, your wholeness. And that's why healing heartbreak, I think really here, this mantra is sort of the key here. My heart will love again, a very powerful mantra. So my darling Geminis, may you be blessed with all that you need this full moon to Taurus to new moon next in Gemini 2020 of May. May you be blessed with all that you need to heal that heart, to grow, to serve oneself, if that's the case, to really understand that soul contracts serve the development of the soul, not the convenience and comfort of the ego, so that you can rise above and be the best that you can be. May you be so blessed this full moon to new moon next May 2020. So mote it be. And so it is. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of it all. Again, I could see why you might not want to click like on this video, or subscribe, or hit the notification bell, or comment below. But give it a week or two, right? See how this one plays out. And by all means, if you do need help, reach out. Ask for help. Because you're not alone in this. A lot of people are going through the dissolutions of relationships because life changes. Yeah. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of your soul development this full moon to new moon next. Hail, farewell, and blessed be.